is Friday, and I have decided that for the rest of the year I'm going to issue myself some sort of challenge for the week when it comes to my makeup. It might be to come up with 5 different looks from one palette, or like this week where I challenged myself to use 100% drugstore makeup. If you want to see this look, I did a get ready with me earlier this week for this look, which is 100% drugstore and would be absolutely fantastic for Valentine's Day. I will link to that video below if you would like to check out the start to finish tutorial. So everything in my makeup basket this week was from the drugstore, 100%. I didn't cheat at all, and I actually made it through the entire week without using a high-end makeup product. I'm actually really proud of myself. So I'm just going to start from, again, the order that I put things on my face. For primer this week, I was using the Maybelline Master Prime. This is the Blur and Smooth. It is a white primer, you can see like that. So it reminds me of Spackle from Laura Geller, only it's a much smoother. It doesn't have that kind of sticky feel to it. You can see it just completely, blends in. It doesn't have any color base to it when you're done. I really like it because it works for my oily skin. Spackle works for me. I really enjoy it. I do think it feels a little sticky. I cannot use the one with SPF in it. This one doesn't have any SPF in it either, but I really, really like it. For my concealer this week, I'm sticking to the Maybelline Instant Age Rewind in medium because it is the one concealer in my collection that really matches with my skin tone right now. Same thing for this foundation, which is the Maybelline Matte Poreless from Fit Me. I have this in the color 125 Nude Beige. And I know I keep talking about this week after week, but I don't have that many foundations in my collection, so right now I really only have 2 to choose from that match my skin tone. So I probably need to go pick out a couple more foundations because I get tired of using the same thing week after week. I don't know, do you guys feel that way? Leave me a comment and let me know below, like, how often do you switch out your makeup products? I mean, I get tired of using even the same foundation week after week. Okay, for bronzer, I use the Physicians Formula BB Beauty Balm, the Bronze Booster. I really, really like this one. It does have a little bit of shimmer to it, but it's not so much that it still doesn't work for a contour. As you can see, again, these are the products I have on. It doesn't really show up shimmery on your face, even though it looks like it's shimmery in the packaging. For blush, I had fun playing with my e.l.f. blush palette this week. There are 4 colors in there. This is the only one that I don't like, and it just really kind of seems like it would be more of a bronzer. It's very orangey, so I really don't like that one on my skin tone, but I love all of the other 3 blushes. I think that they last for a really great amount of time, and the one that I have on right now is this one right up here in this top corner. For highlight, I did have a little bit of a struggle finding a highlighter that was drugstore that I thought would really, really work as a highlight this week. And I was pleasantly surprised to find this in the bottom of my highlighter collection, and that is Milani, the Illuminating Face Powder in Hermosa Rose. I really just swirled all of these colors together, and it ends up being an actually really pretty highlight color. I was really impressed with how it ended up looking. So it's kind of hard to see because it's a highlight color, but that is what I'm wearing right now. For brows, I went with my e.l.f. Brow Duo. This is in dark. I really don't use this lighter color at all. I only use the darker color. And this is, like a cream, almost like the Too Faced Bulletproof Brows is what it's very similar to. A little bit creamier. You do need to use a little bit more product than you do for the Too Faced, but this is a fantastic drugstore version of that kind of brow product. For my eyeshadow base, I used my NYX Jumbo Pencil in Milk. This is really my favorite, and this is my second one, that's why it looks all nice and brand new, but this is really my favorite eye primer to use with Drugstore eyeshadows, because it gives you a nice white base, and I think it makes the Drugstore colors pop even more than if you were to use just a nude base. And it's NYX, so it's not very expensive. For eyeshadows, I really went with two different palettes this week because one I knew was my absolute favorite, and one is fairly new and I haven't experimented with it a ton. So an old standby, old favorite is the Wet n Wild Petal Pusher, which has all these beautiful purple colors, and I am a sucker for purple. This is my favorite Wet n Wild palette, and I would continue to use this all the time. I do pull it out quite often, even though it is Drugstore. I tend to be an eyeshadow snob. For every other product that I use in my collection, this is the product that I am the most snobby about. Everything else, you'll see Drugstore in my weekly makeups all the time. Eyeshadow, I forget, and I forget how great this one is. So, and I think it was like $6, so definitely worth the pickup. And the other eyeshadow palette that I used, which is what I'm wearing right now for this look, is the Maybelline Blushed Nudes. A lot of people have compared this to the Naked 2 palette. I will say that it does have similar tones, but I really wouldn't put them side by side. The colors of the shadows are actually quite a bit different, but they are very beautiful. They are in the same family, that sort of rose gold family. You do have some greens and grays in here that you don't see in the Naked 2 palette. These are actually surprisingly good. I wasn't expecting them to be as good as they were. They blend very well. I don't like them as much if I use a nude base as a shadow primer, but when I use that lighter base, the colors just really pop a lot more. I have on several of the colors. I have this color as my base, this one all over my lid, this one as my outer V. Anyway, if you want to see all the colors I have on, check out that Get Ready With Me Drugstore Valentine's Day look. But really like those. See, finally, finishing up eyes for my tight line, I'm using the L'Oreal Silk Is Me in black. I really do like this as a drugstore option. I think that it does a very good job of making a very dark line. It does move a little bit, so I do notice that right after I put it on, I have a little bit of it moving down into my waterline, but it doesn't happen all day long. It really only happens kind of right after I put it on. For my upper lash line, I used Jessie's Girl Liquid Liner, which is absolutely one of my favorites, and I wish they sold it somewhere around here, but they don't. You can get Jessie's Girl at Rite Aid, and we don't have them. In fact, the only place to buy beauty products here in town is Walmart. So if I want to go to CVS or Walgreens or Sephora or Ulta, I have to leave and go to a different town. You can cry for me now, it's okay. But I really do love this Jessie's Girl. I think it's absolutely fantastic. For my mascara, I have on Maybelline's Illegal Length mascara. This is a fairly new one. I really, really like it. I think that it's similar to the Kat Von D. Oh, what is that one called? Reach back here and grab it. It's really similar to this Kat Von D Immortal Lash is what it really reminds me of. I think that it's a great purchase, and like I said, it's fairly new. So those are all of the products except for lipstick. For lipstick, what I have on right now is I have this L'Oreal Color Riche in Pink Cashmere. I use that one quite a bit this week, and I also use my absolute favorite drugstore lipstick, which is the Maybelline the Color Sensational in Magnificent Mauve, which is, gosh, I absolutely adore that color. So those are the two lipsticks that I used this week, and again, I stuck with the purple, the Diamond Strength by Sally Hansen and Royal Romance, which I was using last week. I had a couple of different colors of that on this week. There was a gray one, and I can't remember the name of it. I left it at my office Otherwise, I would show it to you. But unfortunately, it's at the newsroom. So that is all of the products that I wore this week. Again, if you really like this look, go check out the Get Ready With Me. Don't forget to like and subscribe, and I will see you again next time. Bye.